What's going on, guys? This is not really going to be a video that I wanted to make. Um, Next month is coming up on streaming full time for a year. And that's also something that I never thought I'd really be able to say. This has always been a dream of mine. It's been my dedication and passion for the last 6 years. But most recently, this past year, it's been full time gig for me. But unfortunately, dreams, are not the same as practicality or realism, to be honest. This is Twitch and streaming and doing content for the last year has full time supported me. But here recently, or more recently, now that I'm looking into it, which I probably should have been responsible and looked at it a little bit sooner than I have, Twitch and content creation is not really cutting it for me anymore. That's why y'all have seen me take 2 days off a week. That way I can kind of make money in the background working for my dad and helping him. But I've been transparent with y'all. I always have been and always will be. It's just how I am, I don't mind telling all these things. Twitch and streaming has been a dream of mine to do this as a career for 6 years. Been streaming off and on for that long, and next month will have been streaming full time for a year. Unfortunately, there comes a time where you have to realize that things are not working. Unfortunately, I think that I probably let this go on a little bit too long with hopes that it would take off. But it has supported me full time for a year now. It's been tight in some months, but other months it's been able to support me and put some in savings and pay off my bills, pay off my truck. But when I look at numbers and I look at the bills coming in and I look at what's going out, unfortunately, this is not, it's not in the works for me right now to be able to do this full time anymore. And I know it may not seem like a big deal to y'all. It's a big deal to me just because I've put so much in over the last year and in the last 6 years of my time into it. I'm extremely passionate about this, but I am going to be taking a step back from full-time streaming and full-time content creation and making sure that my life is okay to be able to support myself, to be able to pay my bills, and to not bury myself any further than what I already have. For those of you that know, I was working full-time in the plants before and got laid off due to COVID. And that was a good time for me to jump into this full-time. And yes, I used my savings at the beginning to be able to make that jump. I didn't use the savings the full time. It's not like I've been running off of a savings account this past year and it's empty. But starting to see, I don't know what it was, but in the past, my numbers had been there to be able to support doing this full time. And the last couple months, they haven't. I probably should have done the responsible thing and saw this coming for longer than I have. But this is not a pity me. Like, this is not asking for money. This is not asking for donations or anything. I'm going to be making this step down from full-time content creation and streaming regardless of whatever happens with numbers, just because I've put myself kind of in a hole now. I'm financially fine right now, but I've kind of put myself in a hole that you don't want to be looking up out of. So I appreciate all the support and love that y'all have shown me over the last year. I never, ever, ever thought that I would be able to say that I was streaming and playing video games and sharing time with y'all full time at any time frame, let alone a year. But I appreciate those of you that have been rocking with me for this last year. Y'all have been great. Y'all have been awesome. Y'all have got me through a lot. And I'm sorry to say that I'm not going to be able to be doing this full time anymore, but it is what it is. I appreciate y'all. I'm not going anywhere for good. I will still be streaming whenever I'm not helping my dad and whenever I'm not doing odd jobs and everything. But I've got a lot of medical issues. Got to pay for insulin as a type 1 diabetic. I've got a lot of things I have to do. So this is just a move that I have to make. Appreciate y'all for chilling with me and rocking with me this past year. Love y'all. And we'll see you in streams. Thanks.